Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience. I'm Antonia Adezio. I'm the president of the Garden Conservancy, and it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you all here tonight for this very special evening, saluting the vision and the accomplishment of our former leader and passionate gardener, Tom Armstrong. Thanks to your generosity, tonight we have raised $80,000 to establish the Tom Armstrong Memorial Fund at the Garden Conservancy. This fund will support the Conservancy's work to preserve exceptional gardens, and I know that there are many of you here who support our work in countless ways because you believe, as Tom did, in the importance of gardens, and we thank you for your generosity and for being part of this special occasion tonight. We have a lot of people to thank, and I'm going to do that before we start the program. As Tom was putting the finishing touches on his book last spring, we were making plans to present a singular vision at our usual stomping ground, the New York School of Interior Design, where we've been very generously hosted for our educational programs in New York over the years. We changed venues in order to accommodate more of Tom's friends and admirers tonight, but we brought the New York School of Interior Design with us, and we want to thank Dr. Christopher Cyphers for co-sponsoring this evening with us. I also want to say a special thank you to Katie Homans, who designed Tom's beautiful book and also very generously contributed the design of our invitation for tonight. My thanks to the people who made the event such a success, the host and lecture committees, a very distinguished group of people who joined us in presenting this occasion tonight. And finally, and most especially, to thank the Armstrong family, who are all here with us tonight, Amory, Whitney, Elliot, Tom, and of course, dear Bunty. Thank you so much for putting your hearts into making this evening such a success. And our speakers, another distinguished lineup who had so generously rose to the occasion to present Tom's work to you. I'm going to give you the introductions for each of them, and then we won't be interrupting in between the presentations once we start. First, Whitney Armstrong. Whitney is a landscape architect who's done design works for numerous firms, including Olin Partnership in Philadelphia and Andrea Cochran Landscape Architecture in San Francisco. Like his father, Tom, he is an artist at heart and has practiced painting and drawing throughout his life. He is now working as a fine art consultant with his sister Amory and as a design consultant with Katie Winter Architecture. Thank you, Whitney, for being here. Richard Armstrong, the last name is coincidence and not relationship other than friendship. Richard Armstrong is known to many of you as the director of the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum and Foundation. He oversees the New York Museum and its collection while also leading the 4 other Guggenheim institutions, as well as the development of the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi Museum. Previously, Mr. Armstrong was the director of the Carnegie Museum of Art. From 1981 to 1992, he was curator at the Whitney Museum of American Art, organizing 4 biennials as well as exhibitions of the work of Richard Artschwager and of new sculpture from 1965 to 75. He also served as a curator at the La Jolla Museum of Contemporary Art in California. While at the Whitney, he worked with Tom, and he'll be speaking to us tonight about Tom's art collection. Thomas Pfeiffer, to Richard's right, is it stage right or stage left? We don't know. Thomas Pfeiffer is an architect and founding director of Thomas Pfeiffer and Partners. He is recognized internationally for technologically innovative modernist architecture, grounded in the thoughtful manipulation of natural light and air, and masterful interweaving of built forms with the surrounding landscape. His work includes the Brockstein Pavilion at Rice University and the North Carolina Museum of Art, and has garnered 12 American Institute of Architects National Honor Awards and 9 AIA New York Awards. In 2004, Mr. Pfeiffer was awarded the AIA New York Medal of Honor, the highest honor for a firm or individual. A monograph of the firm's work, Thomas Pfeiffer and Partners, was published last year. Mr. Pfeiffer designed Hoover Nests for Tom Armstrong, and I can still remember how delighted Tom was when he encountered Tom and his work and was able to engage his services. So he's very kindly with us tonight to talk about the architecture. And finally, one of the Garden Conservancy's own founding director of our board, Richard Leidy, who was also the founder of the Mount Cuba Center for the Study of Piedmont Flora in Delaware. Dr. Leidy established the research programs of Longwood Gardens and founded the Longwood Graduate Program in Public Garden Administration at the University of Delaware. His awards include the Arthur H. Scott Medal and Award of the Scott Arboretum at Swarthmore College and the Eloise Payne Lucaire Medal of the Garden Club of America. Dr. Leidy has named and introduced more than 30 species and cultivars and explored for plants throughout the world. He and his wife Sally have gardened for 46 years on 7 acres. He served with Tom with distinction as a founding member of our board of the Garden Conservancy. And finally, Tom's daughter, Amory Spitzieri, who is a founding partner of Armstrong Associates, LLC, a fine art and antique consulting business, with her brother, Whitney. She was formerly a vice president at Doyle, New York, and a cataloger at Sotheby's. She is a daughter of Tom and lives with her children in Greenwich, Connecticut, and Amory has been a wonderful inspiration for the Garden Conservancy over the years, helping us initiate our cultivars program for younger enthusiasts and generally being a cheerleader for gardens and preservation. And she has really been much of the spirit behind tonight's event. So thank you, Amory. I'm delighted to welcome you. I thank you for your support, and I'm pleased to turn you over to our distinguished panel. Thank you.